How can a movie that is set to release in a month not be finished yet? That is apparently the situation with The Rise of Skywalker. It comes to no one's surprise that we are discussing a Star Wars movie being rushed to completion. We are a month away from this rushed holiday release, and J.J. Abrams has said that this project isn't even close to being done yet. And this is following the bad news that people were walking out of yet another round of test screenings, saying that it was just awful. There is a possibility that this movie could be delayed until another date in the future and it will not release in December. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker director J.J. Abrams confirmed that the film doesn't seem anywhere near finished as it nears a month from its planned release date. He spoke with Entertainment Weekly saying, "We always knew we were going to have 3 fewer months to post-production this film." He then adds, "So much is still being worked on. It's literally a practical race to get it finished." We are a month away from release. You would think if they were going to hold this back, that they would have announced it by now. They probably would have announced it a month or two before launch of the movie, yet we are still being told that this is releasing for the holidays. That means this movie is going to be bad. Whenever a director says that a movie is not even being close to finished, you know that there are going to be parts that are rushed, and the editing is probably going to be rushed. Look at Game of Thrones. They rushed it so hard, they left coffee cups in scenes because they weren't being careful. And when directors and producers and people working on projects like this are not careful, it turns out messy, and it turns out just as a bad experience. He even goes on to say in episode 7, they had more reshoots than this one, and that we had more story adjustments on 7 than this one. We didn't know if these characters would work, if the actors would be able to carry a Star Wars movie. There were a lot of things we didn't know. On this, we knew who and what worked, and everyone is doing the best work I've ever seen anyone do. Yet he is saying this episode has been far more challenging because they have so many fans' expectations riding on this movie. The past 2 movies in this trilogy have not been what people wanted, and they need to make this one good. Because if they go out 0 for 3, they're not ever going to touch a Star Wars project again, and I mean, Rian Johnson probably will not, and J.J. Abrams most likely will not, but it's still the fact that you have put so much money and time and effort into these movies, you want it to end in a good way. Even the prequel trilogy, a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people said that it was very bad, but now people are looking back at it and going, okay, it's got some charm to it. It does make sense with the lore. It's not completely out there like these movies are. These movies will be forgotten and no one will ever want to rewatch them. I have always really enjoyed Star Wars, but the new trilogy has been a nightmare for everything, for production, for fans, for lore. They have made bad move after bad move, and now we are seeing their 3rd movie come out, and I just don't even care what they are going to do with it. The direction Disney has gone in general has been awful, and even Kathleen Kennedy doesn't know what she's talking about when it comes to Star Wars. I talked about it in a previous video, but she had the audacity to complain that they have no source material for movies and content, they have no comic books or no novels or games, yet she was one of the people that killed the extended universe. It's like no one running the Star Wars franchise even knows what Star Wars is. They are allowing writers to virtually do whatever they want, and it's killing the enjoyment and the experience for everyone, because it's as if the writers don't even know what Star Wars is and what the Star Wars movies were about. They were always about the Skywalkers, and they are bringing it full circle around to the Skywalkers, yet they killed off the main Skywalker in the movies. But that is all that I had to talk about today. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think this is going to be a movie that will be delayed? We are a month away. I think they would have announced it by now if it would be delayed, but I think they're just so worried about that holiday money and that holiday rush that they will release it half-assed and that it will not be a full experience. But if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and of course if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.